Oh,
Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. For those of you who are kind to join us for this live, we have the Healing Monarch, Maria, the Healing Monarch. She's an avid royalist. She follows the royal family. And she's going to be talking to us today. We're going to be chatting about that. And also, she helps people with weight issues. Um, yeah, emotional eating, stress eating. Well, she can tell you some more in this. She's been very kind to join us. She's based in Denmark at the moment. She's from Portugal, I think, right, Maria?
yes, yes, yes.
So any
Ronaldo.
questions you may have about that, you can tell us a little bit about what you do and how you can help people and stuff like that. Because I thought it would be really fun, for all of us guys to know more about weight loss and how to stay with the weight off. I suffer from anorexia myself. Hello, Elkes. Buena, buena. Hello. Thank you so very much, beautiful people. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'd like to take this time to say thank you for the people who donated to the PayPal account. Awesome, because I'm closer to my computer getting my laptop. I apologize if you see this format, but I'm using my phone. So sorry about that. And for all of you guys, okay, thanks for joining us. So Maria, please take it away.
Yes, hello. I'm so happy to be here. I mean, as I was saying just a few minutes ago, I still can't believe that I'm here doing a live for the first time. I mean, I've been a huge fan. I've been watching you for a long time. And obviously, I follow the royal family, huge fan of Diana, of course. I was like, how old was I? Maybe 8 or 9 or something when she got married. And
I can't hear you. Hello. Can you guys hear Maria? Because maybe it's something that I'm doing, but I can't hear her. Elke, you had a gastric bypass in 2003 and gained the weight back. Next Tuesday, I am having revision surgery to do a duodenal switch. I don't know what that is. We can't we can't hear you. Well, in the meantime, guys, have you seen my video? While we get Maria, Maria, keep talking until. Would you like to log off and log back in? I can't hear you. Let me see. Hello. So maybe you can log off and then log back in. Just click on the link again and you'll come back in. So it's not only me, I'm not deaf, right? Oh, Maria's doing something funky there. Did you guys see my video today about how Meghan Markle is not? No, no. Did you click mute or something? You need to unmute.
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so and if I
Great.
put these on like this, can you still hear?
Yeah, we can hear you fine
You
just
can
now.
still hear me. Okay, so I think it's I don't know why whatever was the problem.
So can you
Yeah.
tell us about what you do, your what kind of help people with and diet and stuff like that? If it's a diet, what is it that you do,
Yes.
Maria?
Yes. So let me just try I guess later on we can talk a little bit about the royal family because
Yeah, yeah,
again
yeah,
I'm a
we will.
huge
But
fan,
just
right?
want to give an introduction as to who you are, what you
Yes.
do, and if
So
people have questions.
yes. So, yeah, so I live here in Denmark. I'm Portuguese, same as Ronaldo's country.
Yes.
And huge fan, huge. So we have that in common too. My husband is Danish, and we were living in Seattle, and we moved here just before COVID, actually. So here I am in Scandinavia, and I kind of like had to reinvent myself over the years due to a lot of reasons, and then employment and everything else. And I went through this period that it was very difficult for me. I also had postpartum depression. I overcame all of that. And over the years, I gained like a lot of weight, yeah, thank goodness I lost it. But I gain a lot of weight, for so many reasons. I mean, mental health is such a huge thing. But anyhow, I came across RTT, which is, I'm a certified rapid transformational therapist. And this is a type of therapy which uh, was developed by Marissa Peer. I don't know if you guys know. She's also a speaker. And this form of therapy, it combines, um, you know, quite a few techniques of approaches like, the cognitive behavioral therapy, neurolinguistic programming, and a lot of other things. So basically, it's like when people hear the word hypnotherapy, they're like thinking that I'm going to hypnotize them to bark or whatever it is. It's not like that. Usually when a client is with me and they're going under hypnosis, basically I'm just talking to them like in a very relaxed state of mind. So it's really, really cool because we get to go very deep into the reason of whatever the issue the client is going through. So even though I'm working now with and I kind of like niche into this weight loss because of my experience as well. I mean, I work with many other things. So, like it can be issues like depression, lack of self confidence, trauma, abuse. I mean, it can be anything, right? But I tend to work with women, usually over 40, that are looking to shed some weight. So basically, this is really what RTT is.
And this
Um,
Eric is asking Maria, do you have any experience with bariatric patients?
Yes, and I saw that question actually. At the moment, I am helping some lady without going through, my program, but I'm working a lady. This is the thing. I do not believe in any of these things. I do not believe in pills. I do not believe in diets. I do not believe in any of these things. And this has worked for me. And not only for me, but I always say I'm my best client because I ended up shedding 56 kilos, and that's like another person. 56 kilos, it's huge.
Wow.
I also stopped sugar. I always had this thing that I would just like, I'm a coffee drinker. So I wouldn't put, for example, sugar in my latte per se, but I would always drink in the morning. My first thing would be waking up and go get some black coffee full of sugar. I've done that since my 20s. I enjoy my coffee. I enjoy the smell. I'm Portuguese, but it had to be very sweet. So within 12 hours or less than that, I had a session at night. In the morning when I woke up, it's been now, I don't know, 7 months or something like that. I never, ever, ever again touch sugar. I don't even feel like I see the sugar in my cupboard. It's all over, but it's not appealing to me. It's not. So what I was trying to say in regards to what that lady was saying is that if you do not, you can have pills, you can, pills, you can go over diets. I've done that myself, soup diet, cabbage diet, low calorie, slim world, Weight Watchers. I mean, we all know, right? So you can do all of these, but before or unless if you really figure out and dig really deep what are the reasons that are keeping you stuck in that weight, then it does not matter. You can go through 120 um, surgeries and pills and the gym and everything else. You always go back to what your body is really familiar, what you are familiar, which is you will gain the weight. Most of the time, with 90% of the people, you will gain the weight back after some time plus more. It is never like, oh, I'm back to the same weight. You always gain plus more. And saying that, the problem with bariatric surgery, and again, I know some people that have been that have gone through that. Um,
they don't really give you the support, like mental support, because it's not just go in, have the surgery, and then what happens after? Most people, even when they go through surgery, they regain the weight maybe after a year and a half, and then they are without support. And I know here in Denmark is the same thing, because this client of mine, she's from Denmark. They give you the operation. At the beginning, you go to to see the nurse, to do all these things, but they do not give you the support that you need. And a lot of the times we go uh, to food, right, for some emotional, it has to do with feelings, it has to do with our emotions, it has to do because either we were abused, either we were bullied when we were kids, either because we didn't have mom and dad there that said that you are enough and you are beautiful and I love you just the way you are. We go back to food because we are bored, we go back to food because we are stressed. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if you don't go into trying to figure out the reasons that are making you or not
Gain weight.
making you lose the weight or gaining the weight, your problem will never be solved, but it will come back. And so that's the thing with RTT, and that's what I did. And that's why I actually lost 56 kilos. I don't really I have food at home. I mean, the other day something happened. I mean, I told you something happened with a friend of mine, and what I did to get my mind off things, I went baking. But I no longer have that issue that I cannot be around food, and now I want to eat all the cake. And it was a great cake, by the way, with strawberries and cream. But I don't feel dependent on it, because I know that if I am going to eat more, I don't need it, really. I don't need it. And that is the wonders of RTT. And that is the support that we don't get when we take pills, when we have surgery, when we have all of these things, because RTT really goes deep into that. And I created a program while I give the support to my clients and to my ladies. It's the motivation, it's the accountability. I also provide them with the recipes, because obviously we have to eat, but it's like clean eating and stuff. So I like to keep them motivated and up to beat, and give them like a nice a playlist with, because I like to dance and I like all of that, and I like my ladies also to feel motivated, because a lot of the times they are feeling so sorry for themselves because of the weight, or feeling that they're not beautiful, or because the stomach or the butt, or all of these things. And yeah, and the program works really well. So we work first on figuring out the issues that they have, what kind of eater they are, why do they eat, what triggers them to eat, all of that. It's a process, and there's no surgery that is going to solve that problem unless if you solve that problem yourself, because you don't want to isolate yourself from food. We all go to weddings, to restaurants, to parties and stuff. What are you going to do, right? So we don't want to have a life like that. And eating and food, it's a way of socializing, but we have to do that mindful eating, and to be comfortable around it, and to know that when it's enough, it's enough. I don't need it now. Okay, maybe I'm bored, or maybe I'm stressed, but what can I do to overcome that, right? So in a nutshell, I'm talking a little bit too fast, but
No,
that's
no, no,
really
that's
what
fine.
RTT
By
does.
the way, I'm just gonna ask her a couple of questions. Yes, she's from Portugal. She said it at the beginning, so maybe you weren't here when she said it. And then I have, for example, Colleen saying that sugar is my problem, but menopause is what did it. Plus chemo made me gain 30 pounds. I'm sorry to hear that.
Mm, yeah,
I don't know about you, but for example, for me, I don't usually eat sweet stuff. I don't like the sweet stuff.
yeah,
But sometimes for some reason I have the craving. So I always wonder whether that's a chemical imbalance in my body. Because sometimes, if we're craving a lot of sugar, that could be the result of something else. Maybe
yeah,
onset of diabetes or something. I don't know, but maybe that's a thing to explore as well,
yeah.
because I know a lot of people say, I have a sweet tooth, but then one of my friends, she had health issues. And as soon as they were fixed, she actually stopped eating sweets. Now she drinks tequila.
What is best, tequila or the sugar?
Tequila. We're good. I see it. Sorry, I'm going to here. Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah, the tequila. She did the tequila. So do you think that could be something like that, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor, right? But there are many reasons why, as you were saying, that triggers us to eat the sugar. Mine had absolutely nothing. Thank goodness I'm a very healthy person. Had absolutely nothing to do with that. But you might want to check what was it, like magnesium, all these vitamins that you might be lacking. For example, I'm usually very deficient on vitamin D and magnesium. That is a constant problem, and also because of where I live, with the vitamins. But I mean, those are certain things that one could do to start, for example, a process, and also to check the metabolism. What's the issue with the metabolism? And another reason also that I am working with women over 40. It is really just a coincidence, and obviously because it's my age bracket. But it is because around the age of 40 or 45, like 45 plus, most of the time, it's when we start with all these hormonal issues, right? And it's no longer easy for us to drop the weight now as it was when we were, in our 20s. It would be like a weekend, woo, 3 kilos are gone over the weekend. And when you reach like 45 or so and you're going through this perimenopausal issues, menopause. For some of us, come a little early, for some a little late. To me, it came very early, but I'm not missing it at all. So it all has, I mean, those are reasons really why we don't, some of the reasons why we don't lose weight. And yeah, and so and by the way, RTT also works with women that have issues with menopause. So, and it
So
works really
do
great.
you work in conjunction, for example, with a doctor? So there's some sort of
No.
medical thing. They come with you and they say, for example, if a patient comes and says, um, I'm gaining weight, or there's some sort of a hormonal imbalance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what do you tell them?
Yeah, well, first of all, I mean, we go through a form. I mean, there's a procedure before I accept them to start working with them. And we go through a form. There's a number of questions that they have to answer. And some of them are medical, like, medication, their health issues, or whatever. Again, I never had anyone that came to me with like any medical issues or something. But if I see that there's something there, again, I'm not a doctor or I'm not a nurse. The first thing that they have to do is to go to their doctor, obviously, and to check with their doctors and stuff like that. Because I don't prescribe medicine. I don't do anything like that. I just work with the mind, with their mental health, and help them thrive and achieve certain goals, because I'm also a coach. I'm also a certified coach. I'm a certified RTT therapist, and I'm also a healer. So my program covers all of this. I do energetic healing work. I do Reiki when it's in person. Here in Denmark, I do access bars, Reiki. So I do a lot of this energy working, a little bit channeling sometimes. And then it's the coaching and the RTT. So, but no medical. If they have an issue that needs to be seen, or if I see an alert like a red flag on the form at the beginning when we first get in contact, then the first person they have to see, it's obviously their doctor, not me.
Oh, that's good. So your program is about 8 weeks, right?
Yes, I have a 30-day program, which is like my basic program. And then I do have the Choose to Slim, which is 8 weeks. This is a one-on-one, but I also work 3 months. I can work 6 months. It really depends. Of whatever the person needs. Obviously, if someone has to lose 50 kilos like I did not lose them it did not happen in a month. It was a process. It was me changing and shifting all my ideas and the way I perceived food and my relationship with food, and me understanding why I was eating. That's what changed. And that is a process. So I give the client a choice to work with me for 8 weeks. I give them the tools. And then depending on whatever their journey is, we may extend that. And
Es que
sometimes. Yeah.
Enrique's asking how much is the program.
Uh, usually I like to speak to the person and to see, what's going on with them. But if you want to go to my webpage, is thehealingmonarch.com, www.thehealingmonarch.com. The prices are there, and my program starts at, I believe, at the moment for the 30-day program, which you can use for anything. The basic one, you can use it for, as I was saying earlier, lack of love, stress, self esteem, trauma. Whatever you want to use it. I also have women, for example, that are going through treatments. It does happen, like cancer and all of that stuff, and they come to me just for help. A lot of them go through Reiki because as I was saying, I offer a lot of other things that will help them.
But more or less, how much is the, let's say, a ballpark
Yes,
so people can have an idea?
yeah, the little program that I have at the moment, the 30 days, it is 777 euros for a
Okay.
30-day program. And
Okay.
then I do have the kind of like the VIP program, which I call it the diamond program, that it includes a lot of other things in there, which you can read it on the healingmonarch.com for the details. And for that one is 1,377. And then I do have the Choose to Slim program, which is my signature program. This one, it is a one-on-one. I work with people one-on-one. Also, the description is there of everything that you can get with the program. And this one-on-one program, usually I take a call and also to make sure that that we kind of like connect the person and myself. This program at the moment, it's 2,997 euros per month, and this could be a program that I would could be selling for, I don't know, 5,000 euros or anything like that. I will not give you the description of everything that includes, but you can go, or any of you can go on the healingmonarch.com and then just pick Choose to Slim, and you will see everything that it's included. So it's the RTT, it's audios, it's coaching, it's Reiki, it's I also give you suggestions on essential oils to help you with hormonal imbalances and everything that we are going through us as ladies, and also to help suppressing appetite and stuff, because I do work a lot with essential oils. um, then there's trackers, there's planners, there's affirmations, there's booklets, there's 24-hour email support. What else? Yeah, there's food recipes, and I work together with a chef and a certified health coach. So we work together on these recipes that I am now including on my Choose to Slim. So it's a very complete program that I have. And as I was saying, I could very easily charge 5,000 euros for this, but it's a very complete program. And then we go through the whole thing. So,
Let me just answer something to Filipa.
mhm,
Filipa, I understand that anybody can walk out of their home. That's not a problem. Let me tell you something. I have this, I suffer from the different thing. I suffer from anorexia for many years until I ended up being hospitalized. And after that, my life was never again the same. Okay. So for me, it's a constant struggle to eat and to remind myself that I have to eat. I don't suffer from hunger or anything like that. And I know that, of course, all we have to do is walk and go out and do stuff. But we're talking about certain people. I have a friend of mine, and the poor, she struggles. She struggles, and she doesn't feel good about herself. And I try to incentivize her to go out and go for walks with me, and and then it's not everybody is the same. Some people need
no,
an extra push. People always say, oh, when you lose the weight, you have nothing to worry about. That I understand that, but like, I have friends that they have struggled with weight all their lives. I mean, and I look at them when we go to eat at restaurants or something like that, and I think to myself, how can they eat so much? And I even ask them, why are you eating so much? Are you hungry? And it's like, no, I'm just bored. And I'm like, so I go like, maybe and it's, I don't know why they do it, but I understand your point. But I also think that it's important that other people have other alternatives. I'm not saying that maybe Maria's is not their cup of tea, but yeah, I mean, for my father, this is what my father used to say. And I read a comment one of you said. One of you said that El que Medina me. One of you said that you were walking, and as soon as you stop walking, you gain the weight. You know, especially after menopause. I mean, it's like everything goes to the stomach, but that is a
Yeah.
hormonal imbalance in many cases. You know, we have to adjust our hormones because, of course, we no longer are menstruating, so the hormones are up the crazy thing, you know. So a lot of times it takes a combination of hormones, and people get frustrated because they think, but wait a minute, I'm eating exactly the same I used to prior to menopause. I'm exercising exactly the same before menopause. I'm doing, and yet I have this belly, you know. And my
Mhm.
dad used to say something very true, and I do believe that people have this idea that you have to look like this, you have to, no. My dad used to say, gather strength and shape will follow. Don't go to the gym thinking that you're going to train and kill yourself to be skinny. No, you
Mm.
go to the gym to be strong and healthy, you know. And of course everything is with a little bit of healthy diet, you know, not diet, I don't like to call it diet, healthy
A
eating
lifestyle.
habits. You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
modify your eating habits. You eat a little bit more fruit, less fried, you know, and I love Kentucky Fried Chicken, you know.
Yeah. But there's also another thing. For example, when I lost the weight, I didn't exercise at all. But obviously, I'm in Denmark, I have a bike, right? That's the thing that I do. I pick up my kids on a bike and stuff like that. But I don't have, I am thinking possibly now, that I can move much better because at the time I couldn't, that I'm going to go to the gym. But I do not have a gym subscription right now. But we don't have to spend money like that in everything, to have all the whistles, or I'm not losing weight because I'm not going to the gym, or because of this, or because of that. Just the movement. And that's also why I'm coaching my ladies, right? I mean, if you just say, okay, every day I'm going to move 30 minutes a day, I mean, that alone is so great for us. I have a dog. I have Charlie. He's not here right now, but I have Charlie. He's a mini golden doodle. And just
Mhm.
going outside with Charlie every day, at least once or twice, it also helps you, moving your legs, get the blood circulating and stuff like that. Another thing also that I do, which saving money from the gym, for example, and nothing against the gym, by the way, I love it. But what I do is dancing because I love dancing. And so what I do, I put my earplugs and I'm in the kitchen and I'm dancing and you're burning calories. I mean, there's so many things that you can also do to help you shedding the weight. But the walking and, for example, the dancing not only will help you shedding a little bit of weight or burn a little bit of calories, but it also gets you into that mood, in that mood that you're not feeling so miserable. I mean, music changes your mood completely. I can tell that. Like when I'm feeling blue and I'm feeling sad or whatever, upset or stressed, if I tell you, if I put my music on, if I'm in my kitchen or here in my office and I am dancing, it completely shifts my mind. And it's huge for someone, for example, that is maybe a person that eats due to their emotions. In this example, that is going to help them so much to just shift and just have a completely different attitude. And I mean, there's so many things. And that also brings me to another thing, which is, and this is specifically to us women. We spend money with our kids, and I'm a mom of two. We spend money with our kids, maybe our house, or maybe we need this for our car, or maybe the garden. But when is it? When is it that we stop and we say, now I want to invest in myself? We go and buy the pair of shoes or the bag or whatever, but what about ourselves? I started to do that in my 40s. When I enter my 40s, that I started saying, okay, I am someone, I love myself, I love me the way that I am, accepting my body, accepting my big tush or my big legs or whatever. I started embracing myself and I started accepting and saying, okay, I want to invest in myself. Not only that, but what do you invest in yourself today? And I mean, weight is a huge problem, as we all know. It can cause so many other problems, right? I don't have to go there. But you are investing in yourself today for a better version of yourself tomorrow. And that is also what it changed in me. I want to be here with my kids, and that's when women come to me. It's like, oh, no, no, now I want to change things. But we have to think like that, that that we deserve, that we deserve feeling happy, we deserved all these shifts, all these medals, our inner medals, and feeling good about ourselves, and loving ourselves, and gain that confidence, that's so easy. We lose that confidence about
Yeah,
ourselves.
let me tell you something. Somebody asked if you guarantee the weight loss in your program.
I can't do that. And I'm going to tell you why not. Because I don't live in your house, right? I don't live in your house. How can I tell you that if you follow the program, that's a completely different thing, right? But I'm not at your house. I don't know what you do at night. There are people that go binge eating or whatever and then come and say, oh, Marie, I did this and I did that. But I will support you, of course. I will support you, and we will go through, what have you been eating. And it's also the person. I mean, if you are paying all this money for someone to coach you, and through, to go through hypnotherapy and healing and all of that, and then you stabbing yourself in the back, and you're not helping yourself. So it's, I mean, the person has to think. So I cannot guarantee, because I cannot go through your pantry. um, I advise, and I we go through things and changes that you can implement at home, or meal prep, and now I have these recipes, and I also have a shopping list, because there's always an excuse. And that's also the thing. There's always an excuse. Oh, no, I didn't lose the weight because I have kids at home and they always bring snacks and I eat the leftovers. We always have excuses all the time. But it comes to that time that you go like, no, you have to change. And I cannot change you if you're not ready to change. Not I'm not talking to you directly, but if you're not ready to change, how am I going to do that? You have to
Yeah,
invest in yourself in all aspects. It's like the person that is doing the drugs, right? In a
yeah.
way, if they're not ready to change, how can I? So I cannot guarantee anything to you, because
Yeah,
it's I'm here for you, but you also have to do your
yeah,
the
of course.
work.
Let me tell you something, ladies. I don't know if there are any of you 35 under or whatever here. As we age, we lose muscle mass and we lose elasticity. So from the age of 35, forget about doing cardio and stuff like that. I mean, you can do
Mm,
some cardio, dancing, whatever, but you should
yeah.
be concentrating on weightlifting. I don't mean that you're going to become Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you need to do resistance workout to create to maintain the muscle because we lose muscle mass. That's we lose collagen, we lose everything.
Yeah.
So we need to have some muscle mass. And actually, we can't look that skinny because we look awful. So there has to be a balance, but we lose muscle mass and elasticity. So for
Yeah.
me, I have always done weights all my life because my dad was a bodybuilder. So I've always done weights. Uh, and I started doing, and I've always done, stretches for about 5 to 10 minutes a day, or I do a lot of stuff like that. So so yeah, try to do a little bit of weight. City, yeah, city's here. We
Yeah.
can do a little bit of weight. And yes, any exercise is good, but after 35, we really do need to start, not I don't know if building the muscle, but keeping the muscle that we still have. That's a very important thing. And again, gather strength and shape will follow. Eat, change your eating habits. If I were you, I would go to the doctor when you're over with menopause. Um, um, Maggie P, I'm a physical therapist. That's my first career. So I know that. And my dad was a bodybuilder. My dad won championships, so I used to train with him. I never looked muscular, but
Hmm.
you need to do, you can do low reps with heavy weights. You don't need to do that very many. Do 3 or 4 repetitions of
Yeah.
squats, and then you stretch. And the same thing for your arms and your back, And I city. And then and yeah, I mean we do need that. So and weight, when you do weight, the weight you burn a lot more calories than doing cardio because it's resist. This is the reason why this is moving because city's here. I city. So so yeah, I mean, all you have to do, guys, and let me tell you, emotional eating does exist. I don't know if you guys, for example, have had a trauma, you don't eat and you lose weight like in like 4 or 5 days. It seems that you're so skinny,
Mm.
you know. So let me see. Will there be any royal?
Royalty.
Will there be any royal chatter? Yes, there will be, Isabella, royal chatter. We're just talking about this because some of you had some questions about it, and some of my the subscribers want to know about it. So yes, we will talk about royalty. Don't worry, this is how we got connected, Marie and I.
Yeah.
So yeah, but what I'm saying is that if you guys want to contact Maria for that, I will. It's her email address, her website is the Healing Monarch. You can go help yourselves. If you have any questions about this or her program, go check it out. It's thehealingmonarch.com, and she'll be more than happy to help you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
let me tell you something, Maria, because I don't know, I don't think you saw my video this morning, but I have been shocked. I was shocked about, I don't know if you follow this lady from Bridgerton. Do you guys know?
Yes.
Do you guys know the name of this lady? Because I don't even know. I don't even
Yeah.
watch Bridgerton. Do you guys what? Do you watch her? Do you watch what? I think Bridgerton is like a show of royalty or
Yeah.
something like that,
It's
or a
very
show
good. It
like
was
that.
very good. I did. I liked it a lot, actually, the show.
But she said that the balcony looked awfully white.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
you
Yes.
imagine if I said, when Barack Obama came with Michelle Obama and their two daughters out of the balcony at the White House? Can you imagine if I said that balcony looks awfully black?
Yeah.
I would have been trashed. If I said, "Oh, look at that balcony, looks awfully black." I mean, I don't understand how people get. And apparently now she's apologized, not because she's
Mm.
done something wrong, but because apparently people feel offended. So that's not a genuine apology. What do you think?
Yeah. 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 I've heard that too. And I saw it. I don't know. It's the one thing, I think. Yeah, I think nowadays we're giving excuses for that we can say anything that we want, like that easy, and that it's like, it's okay to offend certain, and I don't want to say things here that I'm going to offend anyone. I'm
No,
like,
no, no. You can talk about it. I know.
yeah, but it's like everything. I mean, what did we expect to see on that balcony, right? We are talking about the royal family. What did we expect? I mean, there's one member of the royal family that decided not to come. I mean, not even that she's black, not that it's going to change a lot on the on that balcony if they were there, by the way, um but yeah, they had a choice to come, right? But it's the same as going. I mean, no one goes to Nigeria and says, oh, there's too black, like what you were saying, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
can't say certain things, so
And did you see? And did you see? I did a video today, and I talked about that would have been a great, after that comment from that lady from Bridgerton, that would have been a great time for Meghan Markle to come out and go for a hike with black relatives or black
she never
people,
does. She
or,
never
or
does
do
that.
a walk of, like a fun, like, like raise funds with a walk with disadvantaged communities,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
and that way she's surrounded by blackness, surrounded by, what does she do? She goes with her pimp, which is Marcus Anderson, and then this
Yes.
girl that I don't know, and of course a very white bodyguard, because the black bodyguard is gone and the Latin bodyguard is gone, and now she has the white bodyguard. I mean, why didn't she bring Doria?
Yeah,
Was she
yeah.
embarrassed with Doria? Was Doria too black for her hike?
Yeah, to me it sounds, not that it sounds, but what I see, it's like, if almost like if Doria's out of the picture. That's how I see it now, right?
You think?
Yeah, I have a feeling. I'm a person that I always go for feelings. Yeah, I think so. I think that Doria is kind of like out of the picture for now. I think that Meghan Markle has this thing that she connects and disconnects from people very easy, you know and I think so. But the thing with Megan is like, she tells, oh, now she's black, right? She never was, and people did not know. I mean, when she got engaged, this wire, when I remember that when she got engaged with Prince Harry, I was living in the US. Nobody knew who she was. Absolutely nobody. I've never heard of her. Never.
No, not, nobody heard.
Never heard of her. I knew nothing about this woman. And the thing is that you never see Meghan Markle with any black people, only when it's convenient to her. Either black people or mixed people, brown people, whatever. You don't. You see Meghan Markle with white people when it's convenient. She goes to Tyler Perry or Oprah because they have money. That's the only reason that she does that, unfortunately.
No, but it's amazing, because I don't know if she's stupid or she just doesn't care because she knows, or whether she knows that the black community don't dare call her out because she's entitled to look as white as possible or have as many white people as possible, and nobody dares question her. Megan, why aren't you hanging out around? Where are your black relatives?
Yeah,
Where are your black relatives? Why didn't you have one black friend? This is California. There's black people there.
yeah,
This woman hasn't been able to make out one white friend anymore.
yeah, yeah. I'm convinced actually that she doesn't have that many friends.
What do you think?
I have
No,
to
but I
say
mean,
that.
I am shocked. She could have sent a powerful message and really show the
Yeah,
royal family, like that in that Dr. Shola girl who said that, oh, they unveiled the royal family thing, right?
yeah,
The portrait of the working royals with the king, with the new king. And then Dr. Shola and then this other woman were laughing. Oh, look at, they're a bunch of old people. The youngest one is 40 years of age. None of them are worth it. Well, Meghan Markle is 41.
yeah,
And clearly Meghan Markle is more out of touch with the common person because she went on a hike with jewelry worth over $200,000.
yeah. It's just show off. That's new money. When people don't have or didn't have, and now all of the sudden all of this comes, it's just showing off. It's like, oh, look what I have. Look at my rings. Look at this. Look at that. I think that's all showing off.
But it's
That's
really freaky. She goes with Princess Diana's jewelry.
Yeah. I don't think that the watch is Princess Diana. That's not what I've heard. I've heard that
Well,
it's the
well, the
watch
thing is
that
that
she
she
bought
did have.
herself.
I'm confused about that because I know that her watch was silver and gold,
Hmm.
but the watch that she goes out walking with is all gold, unless my eyes are lying to me. What do you guys
Yeah.
think? Have you guys heard anything about this, the watch being? Because I know some people are insisting that it was her watch, but I know that her watch was silver and gold, and the watch that she was wearing outside looked completely gold.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
Mm.
Let me see what they say if they put that out there, because if you can tell me, because Mega Liars 46. So let me know what you guys think of the watch because I've seen it and it looks all gold.
But listen, Paula, there are so many watches out there. I mean, I know that she likes to keep that string, that red string, like connecting her to Diana because she's married to whom she is. But she can go and buy a copy, and we don't know. What do we know from looking at a picture that it is Princess Diana's watch or not? It can be a copy, just like many other things that she wears. And it's like, oh, look at me, I have Princess Diana's watch. It might not be. We don't know that.
Yeah,
And I honestly, I don't think that it is. And I have to be, this is how I feel. This is
no,
my
that's
opinion.
good. No, I
I
think
don't
it is.
think that
I
it
think it is
is.
because I've seen it, and this woman is such a narcissist that she wants to show the world how she, and even the pose that she did was like Princess Diana, with her hands on her hips like that. It's like I think she was trying to send a message to Harry. I don't know because she didn't take the pictures on the 28th. The pictures were taken on the 27th.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
what about the party with the Archie? Was
well,
there a party?
there doesn't
Where
seem to
is
be
the
a party,
boy?
does it?
Why he doesn't go out for walks? I mean, I have two kids, and I tell you, I don't go out without my kids. I wouldn't be able to go for a hike without my kids. I mean, they would want to come with me too, right? Don't her kids socialize? They just stay in the mansion. What
Yeah,
is
the
it?
funny thing is that where they live, they have
That's
acres
weird.
of land that they walk through. Because if we go by what that Moringer guy, the writer, said, that Megan would go for walks in the privacy of her own mansion that has a couple of acres. Why would she need to go out of that just to do like a short walk? You
Yeah,
know, calling
showing
back
off.
it clearly. But
Yeah,
it's actually very strange. I really do feel that if there are any children, um, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
I think that she's not showing them. Please let me know what you think. I don't think she's showing them not because she's respecting their privacy, but because she's monetizing their appearances.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think another reason from what we know of her now and what I see, I think that really she wants the attention all on her. If she goes out and, oh, look at little Lily or whatever. I mean, I don't know even what the kid looks like. I mean, we just saw a little here and there, which I don't actually think that what we see to her kids, by the way, but just my opinion again. But the attention would be on the kids, right? Not on her. And Meghan Markle wants the attention to be 100% on herself, right? And even though if they have a big property or not, I mean, those kids need to socialize. How do they socialize? I mean, these kids are going to have all this anxiety and all of these things, being around other people. You cannot just put them in a little bubble in a mansion. It's not okay. And they have
Yeah, especially now
family
that they're
and
going to clarify, because now they've given out 360 or 180, that they never wanted privacy.
Mhm.
That's not what they wanted. They never wanted. Now they said that they never wanted privacy because now that's the new narrative that they never wanted privacy. So if she never wanted privacy, then why not go for walks with her children?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
and like I said, I actually said that in one of my videos that the reason why she didn't want to bring the kids nor Doria is because they would take away the spotlight from her. And it would, I
Oh,
mean, Archie's birthday was all about Meghan.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Looking cheap with those glasses, with that Panama hat. I wonder if she's back to her yachting days because she's back with Marcus. She's back to wearing the hat.
yeah,
She was wearing those horrible things, and she had that bump in her stomach. Um, it was and people have said, oh, those were weights around her waist. But why have them there for that? She can do weights at home. She doesn't
yeah,
have to go and be unstylish about it.
yeah, yeah. I think it's just really for attention. But the hat is new. It's not the same hat.
What do you mean? Is that the same hat?
It's a different hat. You didn't notice that?
No,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually I used to have
she
a
had
Panama
this
hat and I threw it
yeah,
away because of her.
that's a new hat. She had this hat for like the longest time, and all the pictures and everything that we used to see of her, it was the same hat. This is a different hat, Paula.
Oh, sorry.
Different hat. Woo.
No, but I gotta tell you, I don't think Doria is gone, but I think Doria is exploiting. Oh yeah, let me see this one. Paula, did you hear that Casey gave a toast with allegedly wishing Archie happy birthday? I don't buy that. I don't believe that.
Um,
I don't believe that. I
yeah.
really do think that's BS. I think that's the press putting it out there. I don't buy it. How about you?
Mm. Yeah, I don't think so. I also don't think so. Um, I don't know what the other ones here think, but I don't think so. And apparently, he said something like, "Wherever you are," something to Archie, wherever.
I really
Oh, the
do think that's
drama.
made up. I
The
really
drama.
do think that's made up. Absolutely made up.
Yes, yes. I think that King
And how
Charles
about
had
this one about
many
the
other
Queen said
things.
that Meghan Markle was evil? I don't see the Queen ever saying that.
Yeah, yeah,
And it really bothers me when the Queen is not alive anymore.
yeah,
It's not that she could defend herself against that, but now people are making up conversations or comments that the Queen made.
yeah,
If the Queen had said that, that would have leaked somehow way before now.
yeah. Yeah, it's always like this, right? Like Harry was also saying something after the Queen passed. It's easy to say things when people are no longer here. But she had that look, in the church. Do you remember when Meghan Markle got married? I think that said a
Oh
lot.
yeah, the Queen was really pissed.
She
She
had
wasn't
the
happy
look on
about that.
her face.
Yep. The thing is
She
that they
didn't need
all
to say
knew who Meghan
anything.
Markle is. You know what people keep saying that the royal family didn't know? They knew because Meghan Markle was a Soho ho, and the royal family is deeply invested in Soho House. The
Mhm.
ties with the Soho House owner and the Soho House with the royal family go very, very deep. It's nothing, they knew all about Meghan Markle. I
Yeah.
just think that they thought she'd be grateful just to that they plucked her from obscurity. I mean, what do you think about that?
Mm, mm. Yeah, to me, I also think it's a really big mystery how this woman got to find her way into the royal family. right? And especially when they have so many means to actually investigate. I mean, if people like us, if we can go online and see things and read things, I mean, cannot like these M16s or M6 or whatever it is also find the same information and even more than we do? Of course they can. I still think that there's something there. I don't know what it is, but I still think that there's something there that that we are not aware, some sort of secret or some sort of mystery or some sort of thing. But to my opinion, it also has the other side of the coin, which I believe that very naively they probably thought that it was time for the royal family to have a woman of color, whether she is whatever ethnic ethnicity, right? But to have a woman of color, a man of color. It happened that it was Harry looking for a bride, and they got Meghan Markle, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that they were looking for somebody of color. I think that they were just glad that Harry found somebody. Because,
Yeah.
for example, Chelsea David, it's not, people say, oh, well, Chelsea David didn't like their press. Chelsea David knew who, after she found out who he was, she could have dumped him right away and said, this is not for me. Instead, they dated for, I think, on and off for 8 years. So I
Hmm.
don't think it was the press. Okay. So, I don't think it was the press at all. I think it was him. And the same thing for the name of Cressida Bonus. It
Yeah.
wasn't it wasn't either the brand because she knew who he was. I mean, she's part of aristocracy in the United Kingdom, so she knew what the deal was when she started dating him. And it's it's so it's him. I don't think that. I just think that they thought that Meghan Markle being. I really, you know what? I really believe that they thought because she's such a D-lister, and she's such a nobody. She'll be thankful and she'll do the job. And on top of that, she's biracial. So that was the plus. The plus.
Yeah, I still think that it has two factors there. Them being naive and thinking that they wanted to uplift a little bit the royal family and bring other ethnicities and stuff like that. And it coincided with the time that Harry didn't have anyone or was in between breaks or whatever it was. But also, I believe that it has to do with manipulation. I think we are. Uh, Maybe history one day will tell us, and we'll, and maybe not us but our children will get to read this, or it will be in history books. I think that Meghan Markle is a manipulator, right? I think that she has her own ways of taking control and manipulating her husband and doing things around and stuff like that. I think that there's so much more than we are actually able to see. So much control that she controls. I think she has a lot of control over him and all the things also that he does. I think that he also has some issues. I mean, he's no saint, right? But I mean, she has so much control over him. It's impossible. That man no longer thinks with his head. I mean, it's not the old Harry. I mean, maybe we
I
didn't
don't even
see
think
the
they're
old
having
Harry.
sex, to tell you the truth, because I even think she's withholding it from him now. I don't. I mean, that man doesn't look like he's getting laid and he's happy about it. Like a happy man. Like, I'm serious. Like a man who's getting laid regularly and who's happy and everything. You don't see him with such a sour
Yeah,
face and hating everybody and angry at everybody.
yeah. Yeah, and there's the manipulation in the back. Couldn't that be?
Let me tell you something though. What do you think of this? Because I don't think that Meghan Markle has so much power. I just think that Meghan Markle, because of the fact that she was a working girl, is my opinion, for her Soho House, and the people at Soho House were using her, and they know a lot of the secrets because all the royals pretty much have been there at Soho House.
Hmm.
So I am pretty sure probably some of them are recorded doing stuff because they have cameras and stuff inside. So I wonder if it has to do with the fact that they're kind of, I know it sounds far fetched, but it's just a thought that occurred to me because Meghan Markle is truly a nobody.
Hmm.
But the people who she worked for, the people who got her where she is, which is the Soho House, they know the royal family and they would know where the bodies are buried.
Mm.
She's like the tool that the Soho House is using against the royal family, which is why they're so quiet. I don't think it's very much about Meghan. It's about the people she's involved with and who they got involved with.
Yeah. I mean, she must have a lot of footage, I think, right? Wasn't she caught before going through someone's car? I cannot remember now who it was.
Yeah,
And then,
Williams. But I don't think that's it. I think it's that the Soho House has footage, because don't forget that they were very good friends with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, and Epstein was famous for recording stuff.
yeah.
So we don't forget that Charles, who used to attend the Soho House, Andrew, Sarah, William, Harry, the York girls, pretty much everybody has gone there. So I don't think it's very much about that. When Meghan Markle footage she was recording at Buckingham Palace, I think it has to do with the royals being recorded at Soho House.
Hmm. What would they do there? Lunch,
Well,
dinner?
clearly nothing good. From what Harry said in his book, Meghan Markle managed to sneak it in into that room. Remember?
My God, yes, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Do you think that Meghan Markle was ever pregnant?
No. Uh-uh. Nope. And I don't even need to think 2 seconds for that. I don't think that she was ever pregnant. For whatever reason, I don't know if it is a health issue or if it is her not wanting to do anything to her body. Um, I believe that because we could tell that she gained weight, right, at a certain point. But I believe that that was spontaneous, herself wanting, because a lot of artists do that, they do that when they're filming something or the role requires them to all of the sudden gain 30 pounds or whatever, they can do that. That's very easy to do it. And there were also reports that one of the bodyguard, when they were at that cottage, whatever, what is that, Frogmore Cottage, right? Wasn't there these bodyguards that used to go fetch food for them all the time specifically? So she was like eating it to gain the weight. I mean, because we didn't see her for like 2 months or something like that prior to the delivery.
Yeah, but don't
I
you
mean,
remember that she said it's because she was kept like a prisoner?
come on, come on. I know people that said that it's like I know people that I know people that I know people, but I don't know. But there are people that say that she was in Amsterdam drinking when she was supposedly
Pregnant.
pregnant. Come on. She was, I mean, if you are in your 40s, or she was approaching her 40s by the time, right? Because I mean, I guess Archie's now 4 or something like that, or 5. um, I mean, but when you get to that age, I was a late mother too, I mean, and there are two issues here. You are not going to put your child's health in risk. Why are you going to drink alcohol? So many people that say that she was drinking. No, I don't think that she was pregnant at all. I don't think so. And then when she had the miscarriage and then she got pregnant like the month right after, come on. I was also a geriatric pregnancy myself, and I tried so hard. That's like making fun of women like me and many others that had to go through hell to get pregnant. You know, come on.
No, and not only that, because your body, you have to wait for your to menstruate after you have the abortion,
Yeah, and the
or the
doctors would.
miscarriage. You have to wait for your
Yeah,
body to menstruate, which can
yeah,
take up to 4 to 6 weeks, and then you have to wait for the period to pass, and then you have to wait. It's like a 2 month
yeah,
thing
and
before.
the
And why would she need to?
more.
It's absolutely insane.
More, and the doctors would never like go ahead and go get pregnant. You wouldn't get pregnant like that. Impossible. And then go and put the fetus under a tree. Come on. I think that they're both high when they were writing that book together next to each other smoking. That's, I mean, it has no explanation. I'm sorry. And the gas, laughing gas, 2 hours you go in and out. I mean, anyone here that has given birth, that you do not get an epidural and go on a ball, jump on a ball, get gas, get to the hospital, eat Nando's, go around, get in a tub. In 2 hours, you're done? No, unless if you go and pick it up. You go and pick up from someone that already had a baby
Yeah, that's
and
what I
say,
said.
thank
Maybe that
you
they
very
were doing. They were
much.
getting. They were getting.
Yes.
Actually, one of my viewers was very kind to send me the laws about surrogacy law in the UK, and it's actually quite serious. You know that the child is never yours, and if the mother the surrogate decides to keep the child, there's nothing really you can do. And it
Yeah.
takes up to 12 months for you, the courts, to approve it. You can request it, that, and they can maybe speed it up, and it'll take like 8 or 9 months if everything goes okay. But in the United Kingdom, the child belongs to the surrogate, and
Yeah.
the father is the if the surrogate is married, the child belongs. The father is the husband of the surrogate. I didn't know that.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. But that could also be, I sometimes I think about this when I watch all these videos on YouTube and stuff like that. That could also be one of the reasons why they don't just, take pictures and show the kids around, because there are some issues with with the birth parents of the kids, birth
Well,
moms or
somebody
whatever it
said that
is.
Doria came with the kid, that the kid was born in the United States and Doria came with the kid.
Hmm.
But I think that would be too far fetched. But I mean, the problem with that is that once the royal family has lent themselves to any form of fraud, they have to carry it through the end, no matter how outrageous it is afterwards.
Mm. And you
You know
don't
what I
think
mean?
that the
You
royal
understand what I'm trying to
family would
say?
know? Wouldn't the
Pardon
royal
me?
family, wouldn't the
Of
royal
course they would.
family
I
know?
am sure the royal family knew.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am sure the royal family knew. Okay. Yeah, Maggie P. Yeah, I am. There. There's one thing that's completely in my head is that the royal family knew,
yeah,
but they probably were trying to see how it would go and how. But once they went along with it, there's no way back. And this is why people keep telling me, oh, they should do a DNA test. They can't. It doesn't matter, because once those children were included in the line of succession, that's it. There's no going back. Nobody's ever going to inquire about everything, because Parliament should have investigated, and they're not willing to risk such a scandal, because that would bring down the monarchy.
yeah. And I think it's actually a big problem. I don't believe that she was pregnant. And by now, it sounds to me that the royal family is aware of all of these things. But I think that everything is so tangled up that it's going to be so difficult for the royal family to come out. What are they going to say? To
They're
come
not
out
going to come
and
out.
just,
That's never going to come out unless somebody explodes.
yeah,
This is why I keep telling my viewers, oh, they should do the DNA. The royal family. They speak as though the royal family doesn't know. The royal family knows. The royal family
yeah,
is fully aware what's going on.
yeah,
And instead of putting Meghan Markle and Harry in jail, they covered it up, because the law says that they should make all those documents public. There's so many lies about it. The hospital she was born in, the doctors who attended her, everything. All of those are lies. But yet the
yeah,
press, I don't understand why the press is not going hard on this.
yeah. Yeah, maybe they had orders, right, from the to not say anything. I mean, one day, I think one day we will know these things. But there are so many mysteries, even in the past and stuff like that with royal families and all these families. But the thing is that nowadays, with internet and people talking, and the world is so small nowadays, it's not anymore like in the 1800s, that these women could just have lovers and babies here and there and stuff like that. But I think this is a big issue. I really do think it's a big
Yeah,
issue.
and,
And I
and you know what's incredible? The way that they get caught in their lies, and they just keep at it like nothing's happened, and they get angry with you for
mm,
catching them, and they call it hate when you call out the
mm,
lie.
mm,
And it's like they lie and they go through life because there's no consequences. There's
yeah,
absolutely no consequences. I'm always surprised how Meghan Markle lies, and it's like nothing to see here.
yeah, yeah,
The royal family knows she's lying. Everybody knows Harry's lying. We have a court case right now with Harry. They know he's lying, and now they're saying,
yeah,
"Well, he was in Afghanistan, so he didn't really know." That is BS. They're making excuses for him. Ignorance is not a legal defense. I've learned that the hard way.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
Mm. I have a feeling that actually I think that Meghan Markle really, and it goes back to her having something on them, because I find it impossible that she can get away with so much, or they can get away with so much. Um, and the children, for me, that's a mystery. I don't think that she gave birth to them. I think that there's some sort of issue with the children, or legal issues maybe with whomever gave birth to the child and all of that. I also don't think that Meghan Markle was invited to the coronation. And I know people say, "Yeah, rah, rah," yeah. I don't believe so. Because this woman, she had, I mean, she went through all the trouble of injections or surgeries or whatever for some reason. That's because she wanted to go there and upstage Katie and everybody else, or Catherine, the Princess of Wales, and everybody else. That's the reason why she did that. She wanted to be the attention, the focus. And I don't believe that if she had an invitation and the whole world, how many millions or billions of people were watching the coronation, you think she would miss the opportunity to get there and to say, Yoo-hoo, I'm here? I don't think so. I don't believe. Instead, she goes for a hike. It's even ridiculous.
Yeah, but this woman, the thing, I really, that I disagree with that because I think that if she had not been invited, she would have called racism, and she would have, it would have been leaked in the press that the royal family are racist and blah blah blah. I mean, Charles even invited Sarah Ferguson to the concert, and Andrew and stuff like that. And I think she was invited, but I think that she didn't get to sit where she wanted to sit. She found out where she was going to be sitting. I don't think she enjoyed the Jubilee where they were sat in church. I don't think she, even though she's a complete narcissistic person, I don't think she enjoys the booze because, she has new management now, and the management is probably trying to do damage control.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's also someone here that it's saying, and that's also a very good point. Like, even if she was invited, then they would have to bring the children. And what if they cannot travel with the children, or the children are not theirs legally? I mean, this is like a big mess, really, right? How would they do that? So they
Well, they,
can't.
they can travel with the children legally. The children can travel anywhere. That's not an issue.
Yeah, but
Unless the
what if
children are
they're
not
not?
theirs. But
Yeah.
I really, there's just, this is the fact that we're having this conversation is insane. Because
Yeah.
the reason why the law is there to say that all documents from royal children to be included in the line of succession should be transparent and public is precisely for this point, to avoid these kind of, nobody's talking about this, about the Welsh children or the Queen or anything. But with Harry and Meghan Markle, people are doing it. And given that Harry always had that clout, whether he was or not Prince Charles' son, you would think that he wouldn't want that for his children.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
And it's but what do you think? What did you think about, it's kind of like very sad everything that's going on, and it's I don't know. Do you think that she's getting ready to dump him?
You know what I think, honestly, and I've been thinking this since the beginning. I think that there's like a master plan, and I don't know, I'm just saying it, just throwing it out there. There's a master plan with Meghan Markle and what's the name of the guy, the Soho guy? Marcus Anderson, is that his name? You
Yeah,
know, yeah, that guy.
but I think that they're just the little fish. I think that they are being used. And Meghan Markle, now that they managed to infiltrate Meghan Markle in at the heart of the royal family, because Meghan Markle was a senior royal at the heart of the main royal family. They managed to really literally put a plant in there. You
Yeah.
know, they're not letting go of that. And I really do believe it, that Meghan Markle and Marcus Anderson, I mean, look at them. They look like real D-listers. Meghan Markle looks filthy. That Marcus Anderson, did you see him? I know that you were
Yeah.
wearing outdoor clothes, you're going for a hike, but that guy, with that short and that shirt, it was actually pretty filthy. It was, I thought it was awful.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like a high rolling player.
I
Like,
didn't even recognize him at first. Only when I start reading, oh, what? That's him. He looks very different.
yeah, this is what JT said. Marcos usually helps Meghan Markle with the next level. But I don't think Marcus has the connections. I think that, but whoever is managing Marcus does. What do you think?
Yeah. Who could be the next level? A billionaire.
A
I mean,
billionaire.
how much more higher can you go than
But
the
you see,
royal
Harry doesn't have
family?
money. That thing about the hundreds of
Yeah,
millions
but
is
he has the
big.
influence. He has the influence,
Not
right?
anymore.
Yeah,
She
but
does
his
no,
family
because
does.
Meghan Markle feels that with the title, I think. But that's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
You know,
But she could have that power if she had stayed with the royal family and everything else, right? That was a big mistake that that she made, you know.
I think she got out too soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think so. She should have stayed like, I don't know, 3, 5 years or something, at least 5 years, make all her connections and establish herself and play the good girl and then but I think it was just too soon. I think that she thought, oh, now I can do anything that I want. I can go out there and conquer the whole Hollywood and make lots of money. But uh, she shot herself on the foot,
You
and
know,
it
Isabella
didn't
said that
work.
Marcus has helped her a lot. I agree. I think Marcus got her through the door and she was one of the working girls. But once that they saw the higher ups in Soho House, so that Meghan Markle actually had hooked Harry, I think that the higher ups in Soho House are managing Marcus and Meghan. And I don't think they're showing their face to Meghan because they know that Meghan blabs a lot.
What
So I
would they
think that
gain?
Marcus is the middleman telling Meghan what to do. What do you guys think?
Hmm, interesting. Yeah,
Because they know that Meghan Markle blabs. You know, Meghan Markle doesn't keep a secret or anything like that. Hello?
yeah, yeah. I think yeah. I don't know. Didn't they have a case like a
But
relationship more than a friendship?
no, he's gay. But he
Nah,
was
he's
boyfriend.
bi. He's bi. He's
No,
not
he's
gay.
gay. He was his boyfriend was Omid Scobie.
Yeah, he's bi.
He's bi. I never heard that. I heard that
Hmm.
he's gay.
Yeah, do your research. He's bi.
I don't
So
believe there's such a thing as bi in men, you know. But
you
anyway,
don't?
that's I have a lot of
Oh,
gay friends and they tell me that, you know, that a man is gay or he's not.
yeah,
But that's
yeah,
just my friends, you know, that are telling me that. But I don't really think that Meghan Markle and Marcus, look, Meghan Markle and Marcus Anderson are the higher ups at Soho House. I think that Marcus is the middleman who delivers Meghan's instructions on what to do and not to do, or what to say or not to say. That's just my opinion, because you're not gonna have like the owner of Soho House talking to Meghan Markle, you know, like they do with the Eugenie or there's not one picture of Meghan Markle with the owner of Soho House, like Eugenie and Beatrice and Prince Charles. You know, there's not one.
yeah. And who's the owner of Soho House,
It's a British
actually?
guy. Actually,
He's
Prince
a
Charles is the only time that Prince Charles has opened a club.
really?
Yeah, it's the only time he's opened a club, and that was a Soho Club, something related to that.
Hmm.
They're incredibly good friends.
Huh. Yeah, all this secrecy and stuff.
No,
Yeah, I
it's
don't know.
actually quite terrible, I gotta tell you. But
Yeah.
anyways, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go because I have to go to the farm and stuff like that. But I want to say thank you to Maria.
Oh,
Please,
thank you.
if you're having weight issues, and we should have you again, Maria. And if you're having weight issues, go to the Healing Monarch um, .com and she just talk to her. See if you can, see what you guys can work out. You know, emotional eating does affect. Sometimes it's good to find out what's wrong with us or why we eat or don't eat, you
Yeah.
know. And so I want to thank Maria for being here. I want to thank you all guys for the support you always give to
Thank
my
you.
channel. Thanks for the super chats, for the PayPal. Thank you so very much for everything, guys. You're amazing.
Yeah. You're
Make
welcome.
sure that when you send the PayPal donations, please put your email address in the message, because PayPal is not showing your email address. So this is why I don't send you the thank you. So
Mhm.
let's say thank you to Maria. I will have you next week if you're around,
Yes,
Maria.
you're
It'd be nice
welcome.
to have
You're
you there.
welcome. Thank you for having me. Can I just make an offer to your followers
Of
here?
course, of course, of course.
um I was thinking, okay, what can I offer your followers here, and that I'm a fan also myself. But anyhow, if anyone here would like to join one of my programs, what I could do, I could offer recipes and meals and clean eating. Like on the small program that does not include these things, I could include that to anyone who's watching this. So it would not be additional fee. It would be me offering that as a bonus plus a Reiki session because everybody needs to
Oh,
try Reiki.
awesome.
Yes.
Maybe we can do one that you can do like a cooking thing and you can share one of your recipes and stuff, or that would probably be cool.
Yeah, I don't cook.
Yeah, but the recipe, would
I
be
work
really,
with a nutritionist. But yeah, we could do that. Or
yeah.
yeah, how to
Well,
stop sugar, for
yeah,
example.
take
I have a
take
program
advantage
like
of
that.
the offer,
I
guys.
could
Go to her
also do that.
website and tell her that you were watching my our live, and she'll talk to you about that. So that should be really really cool. And City's sleeping right
Yeah.
next to me, and I don't want to anger her because she's still a little bit. Our relationship has not reached its original sequence before the she was I took her to the vet, so we're working on it. But yeah, City's been a little naughty with me. She's been really resentful. I don't know why. She's really spoiled. But anyways, thanks for joining me, Maria, and I'll send you
Yes,
an email, and so we can get together again. We can talk some more,
absolutely.
maybe next week if you're free, and maybe you can do a little bit of advice or something you can do online, for people to take your questions. If they have like a particular question, you can give a particular advice,
Yeah,
for them.
absolutely.
So that'd be great.
Yeah.
So Maria doesn't have a YouTube, but she has a website called the Healing Monarch.
I do have a YouTube
Oh, you do?
also.
Oh,
Yeah, it's called
super.
the Healing Monarch.
Oh,
It's called the Healing Monarch. But I never do anything. And maybe this is the time for me to start posting on
yeah.
YouTube and make videos. I'm like, I haven't done that, but I do have a YouTube.
Yeah, so she has a YouTube, but if you can go to the Healing Monarch and YouTube, but you can go to her website because you get more direct since you seem not to have your YouTube thing there.
Yeah. And I
Going,
also have the Instagram, which is also thehealingmonarch.com. It's the.healing.monarch, not dot .com, sorry. The.healing.monarch. The
okay.
Healing Monarch with dots in between. But yeah, on that one I'm very active and I post a lot. But I have a channel on YouTube, The Healing Monarch. I don't really post, but I have like prayers and
Ah,
sleeping things. Oh, by the way, if you also want to go, it's also a free thing. But if you want to go to my webpage on thehealingmonarch.com, I have a freebie which is a an audio about, I think it's about 20 minutes or so, that will help for relaxation and sleeping. And so that's free. So you can download it on the webpage. You can also do that. So it's an
well, thank you
easy,
very much for
easy
that.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you
It
very much for that.
helps. The
Yes,
Zen.
but yes, I have City with me, guys, and she is sleeping right next to me. She's angry with me. So, but thank you very much for joining. Don't forget to watch my videos. Thanks for everything, guys, and thank you to Maria.
Thank you for having
Obrigado,
me.
obrigada,
Oh,
Maria.
de nada.
Obrigado.
Até a próxima. Até a próxima. Ronaldo.
Tchau. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks, Paula.